What's up, YouTube? We're gonna walk across this road. We're gonna go look at this locomotive. That old car right there. Gosh, that's a daily driver. There's a guy sitting in there. Blow the horn! One for 7195. Okay, he's on the move. Yeah, look at that. There he goes. Gate tax 7209. I think that's what it said. Do they always stop there like that? Pardon? Oh, they're changing tracks. Pardon? Oh, it splits off and goes another way. Oh yeah, back south. Oh yeah, remember there's a split somewhere in the it'll go down to Panama City in Lynn Haven. Yeah, I remember that now.
That's what they do.
This is the old train depot?
Well, that one was.
Oh, that one was right there.
Yeah.
Well, what did this used to be?
That right there, it's really a restaurant. The other side right there is in Panama, very nice.
Oh.
But a long time ago, I think it was some kind of restaurant.
Oh, restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I guess they're getting ready for Halloween around here.
Yeah. It's that and Fall Harvest.
Oh. Yeah, I've always liked trains. I've always found them very intriguing. It's just amazing that the average locomotive will weigh about 106,000 pounds, and it's just amazing that how much power that they have. And the average train that's 2 miles long will weigh about 2 million pounds.
Yeah.
And they have 11,000 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah. That spectrum rate on that's about 16,000. 673 portions per second. The torque rate on the torture is
Pardon?
It's about correct. It's an elaborated force. It boils down to about 597,643 revolutions per secondary or lashing, is what you call it. But they was to take a bell town down. take itself around the town. Basically, it sits itself down, kind of like the old steam engine.
Mhm.
If it were to build itself back up, it would take itself back down in the bridle. That just means, young man, that these things come down to say that all of the things this day of the trains is going a long way. But you're branchily correct. But it does have a forward spin between the two, which means it does have a braction to break them down, just in case it entrams itself through the cradle door. And that's kind of like a crapsulum rodu, like we call it in the older language, which encapsulates itself down into the trenchulum itself. But the train drives itself through the armatular drive. It's kind of like a crankshaft in a car. But it armatulates the torque to itself, and it has the weight capacity to pull itself through the abraxulum, of course. And what it does is it breaks itself down into the abraxulum side, but it doesn't. It seems that every time that the train did come by, it'd take it down to a revolution, but it would rebelize it down to about 6,973 revolums for secondary unit glide slide, is what it's called. It's a curriculum in the college calculus instruction. What it does is it brings itself down to the bratulum, but once it binds itself, it pulls the torquing system inside. It does take a collegiate array and pulls as many as 15 cars per sectional, but once it slows down, it will roll the araxionum and lock it back down in action. But once it backs itself into the train, as you see them sometimes interlocking them back.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before on YouTube.
Yeah, and when that happens, it compresses, not compresses, but compresses the compression unit. When that happens, it slides itself away and begins to feed itself back. And when it does that, it opens up the track. When the track opens up, it revelates itself and it arrivalates itself down into the temperature, is what's called. The temperature itself will reopen a gate and abractulate a force down. It's kind of like a fork gate. If you had two arrivalums going either side, left or right, one of them will break down, but the other one would save a purpose. And that means it could take more weight. But for the secondary gate to open up, then you could get a triculated slide at about 69,700, I think it was. No, 667,534 compressional area strokes per secondary unitary slide. Wow. What that does is it takes it down, breaks itself down, and recirculates the power and regenerates the whole crackulated side. And what that does is it compresses the power down into the secondary slide and compresses the sound that you hear, the hissing.
Oh yeah, I hear that. I hear that hissing.
And the hissing itself regulates itself down to compress itself. But once the temperature itself drives down, many thinks it's air, but it's heat that's being exposed. The heat itself blows out the centrum, and it came down to the centrum slide. When it did that, it binds itself back out the gate, and that's what the sound is. So once that's found, you find in yourself that everything in this shell was hidden by what they call a bell or an L. It kind of holds itself within the tincture wall and recompresses, and then it'll do the hissing, as they say, a couple of more times, and then it regenerates the speed and builds up the compression to pull all the weight. So that, young man, is exactly what you was looking for. The compression slide on it is 68,743 strokes per sessionum drive of a sessionary unit slide. And that's thermiduratic, a mithragy, and a matrematical tremor. And what that does is it takes itself down and breaks itself down on the ride. But once it turns back around, it comes back in the aromatid speed. And the aromatid speed breaks itself down in the correlated factor. Once that builds or bridulates itself back up, it restarts itself. And it retunes, kind of like a guitar. And if you ever played one, if the tune's not in there just right, the song's not going to play. So it retunes itself and refrabulates itself and pulls the eviction time. It's a similar to cruise control. But the cruise control itself would create a drag until you reach the temperature. And you'd simply have to set it in mode. This one drags forward in time, and once it does, it abraculates itself down into the attractator. Once that does that, it compresses to speed, and exact session time would reset itself in the galvation and continue to pull until the weight structure itself is bravelated down more. So it continues that the cars themselves feel lighter and lighter to the engine. And eventually it resets in a tome, and the tome itself comes down to an exacture of 6,973 memolums, or MPSs, for secondary ride. Once it does that, it just slides itself and finds itself again in the second gear. And then the second gear validates itself and tries to compress itself. It actually tries to compress itself. But once it extrudes itself, It takes itself, believe it or not, of Mike of a Trala pay, which that means that's a payment, they say, of God himself. But it was that say in the day that was in a prasher pay, that many may have thought that I was someone else that I'm not, and I'm not. And these things that come down to say that on a prevalent system would say that someone may have sent someone somewhere. But it's correlated that these are Egyptian Amrachwits, which we are extreme Christians in many ways. The Christianity in Amrachwits says that these things are traveling. There were such issues here recently brought up about homosexuality. These things are being made illegal
Yeah.